Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Chiefs Blitz Podcast, presented by Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. For your mortgage solutions, call Dave today at 816-405-5831, 816-405-5831. After all, he's pretty good. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome to the game day edition of Chiefs Blitz on YouTube. I am your host, Nick Athan, along with my co-host, the other senior member, Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, the coach, and Hense Todd, our producer extraordinaire. Welcome, gentlemen. Some 7 hours away from kickoff. Chiefs, Eagles, no turf issues. No more whining, complaining about Super Bowl 57. The best team will win. How you guys doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Turn the page.
Dre, you're muted, Dre.
I know I'm muted. I'm muted for a reason because my voice carries, and real talk. It is rainy outside. It's moist outside. No pun intended. It's moist outside. So
easy.
Got the grass.
No, let's not go there.
But you know what? It should be
save that for the Wednesday show.
Yeah. All right, before we get started,
cheers to that, Lou.
Cheers to that. Before we get started, Hense, let's throw up our first sponsor. All right, let's let the Chiefs Blitz Kingdom know about Dave Purdy. Dave works with Supreme Lending. He's a very, very good friend of mine. I've known him for decades. If you're looking to get a mortgage, this is your guy. It's a really simple process. Got a QR code right there on the screen. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. I'm going to count to 5. Just take a picture, fill out the information, let Dave call you and see if he can help you with a new home or refinance. And again, if you've got high interest credit cards and a low interest rate mortgage, he might be able to find a solution for him. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love this live stuff. Anyway, you can reach Dave at 816-405-5831 or reach him on dave.purdy@supremelending.com. We chose Dave because we all believe that Dave is
pretty good.
That will never get old. We love it. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate you.
His kid was perfect yesterday.
It just rolls like rolls like with that rise the wave, So all that good stuff.
So cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Again, that's Wednesday show.
Toodaloo. Thank you, Lou. Wednesday, guys. Wednesday. All right.
All good.
Professional Mondays, I guess, huh, Lou?
This is our Monday. We haven't done a live game day one yet, so it's going to be pretty exciting tonight. Listen, I don't think there's any question when the schedule came out, this was numero uno. I know ESPN fought really, really hard to get this on Monday Night Football away from Fox. Not sure what the trade-off was, but nonetheless, Eagles off the bye week, the Chiefs off the bye week. We kind of know what their records are. And I didn't know this stat. I found this very interesting. Andy Reid, as the head coach of the Eagles, was undefeated against the Chiefs. And as the Chiefs head coach, he is undefeated against the Philadelphia Eagles. Will that trend continue tonight? The $50,000 pyramid question. I think it does, but nonetheless, again, a game we've been waiting for. Initial thoughts are really simple. If the Chiefs don't beat themselves, and with the Eagles secondary as bad as it is, I mean, it is 28th in the league, which is shocking considering how great they were last year. But listen, they've been decimated by injuries. No one's going to complain about that or bitch about it at the end of the day. All teams have injuries. Next man up has got to come in and say, hey, it's my turn. It's my time. The downside is the Chiefs still have something to prove at the wide receiver position, but with the 2 weeks off, I suspect you're going to see a much more active wide receiver crew. And I think you're going to see Patrick Mahomes have one of the best days of his career. I don't know why I feel that way. I just do. It's at Arrowhead. It's Monday Night Football. And fans have been there lining up since 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. I mean, seriously, that's 12 plus hours before
14.
kickoff.
That's 14. I see somebody. I see somebody
there 5, but I can't do math.
Hey, real quick, Kareem said what up. Kareem says what's up,
Kareem?
man?
Good
What's up,
morning,
Kareem?
Kareem. It's a Monday.
But listen, guys, I think Sky
Monday.
Moore is going to have an incredible game. I got Sky Moore getting over 100 plus yards this game. I got Sky Moore lighting it up this game. I do.
I like
because
it.
because I feel like with this secondary right now, I feel like Sky Moore is gonna come out there and show everybody in the kingdom that he's worth the pick. You know what I'm saying? He's no MVS.
Nope.
He's no MVS. You know, like if y'all watch the plays from recent games, Sky Moore has the ball in his hand. He just got to catch it. He can get separation, just got to catch it. So I think Sky Moore is going to catch the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You would not do that to me, sir. Okay, you would not do that to me, sir. You would not do that to me, sir.
He's the boss. It's all good.
You know exactly what I'm going to say. The guy that's going to dominate is going to be the open man, and he is every week.
Outside open man, Lou. But Lou right though. Lou right.
Outside of Travis getting probably like 12 to 15 targets tonight, the rest of them are going to be spread out. Now, hopefully, the lion's share goes to guys like Rice and Sky, and hopefully Tony makes an appearance. And I've been saying this, we've been saying this as a show. We'd like to see him getting some targets down the field because he can certainly, get himself free. He has shown the propensity to catch the ball in the past, the Detroit game notwithstanding. So I'd like to see Tony kind of get in there and make some plays down the field because, again, that just opens it up for everybody.
True.
Yeah, and you're right. The open man, and that open man is Rasheed Rice. The open man is undefeated.
Rasheed Rice. Yeah,
Rasheed Rice.
If he's the open guy, Lou. Hey, if he's the open guy,
sneaky guy. He's the sneaky guy going around.
They're not going to cover them all. Who knows? Maybe this is Tony's debut. Maybe this is that. Maybe he comes back and says, "Hey, he played like he did against Jacksonville a year ago when he kind of put it all together." And it's possible. Listen, I think this, and I'm pretty confident that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Matt Nagy, beyond the private discussion that Nagy and Reid had after the game in Germany about the offense, Patrick was involved in this bye week, and I think you're going to see some elements of some change in personnel. I think you're going to see some different formations. I think the quest for Super Bowl 58 begins tonight. I think the offense has been extremely vanilla. I think partially by design by Andy Reid. That's something he has always done. Now's the time to go. They've got a chance to lock up the AFC West with a few more wins, despite what Denver's been doing. They have a chance. I told you about Denver. I know you were right. Create some distance, between them and Baltimore. I think everybody else is pretending in the AFC. I don't think there's anybody that can seriously challenge the Chiefs if the Chiefs are on their game. But Baltimore is a team that's kind of scary. So they need to keep their distance. So they just remove any kind of hiccup down the road. They may have another hiccup, just not tonight. But again, it's an NFC team, so it doesn't really hurt them, in the AFC tiebreaker situation. But I think, like I said earlier, Patrick Mahomes has been eyeing this game. He took a lot of flack over the field conditions. He played with a bad ankle. He did remarkable things in that second half. And I just think the time away and the time working with them this week, the receivers, I think you're going to see a completely different level of wide receiver play for the Chiefs tonight.
Wow, Vincent says win. Sorry about that, Lou.
Vincent, come on.
He said win. Simple. No what's up. He said win, guys. I guess Vincent focus. He dialed in. He's like win. So
Vincent,
I agree.
We will now close the show because that's it. We just need to win.
Win.
Well, and I think we've all, like, as fans, you're waiting. Okay, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? And I think we've talked about this leading up to this week. Is like this is going to be like the most important self scout of this team's journey. Now, obviously, the bye week, the extended bye, if you would, coming off that trip to Germany, a lot of time to kind of reflect and look at different things. And these guys are way too creative not to figure it out. The other portion of it is they're trying to figure out who of these 7 guys are going to be the main characters moving forward. Hopefully they've kind of come to some sort of conclusion, or at least whittle it down a little bit so they can get some consistency and be on the field together a little bit more often than just maybe 5 or 6 times a game. So that's what I'm interested in seeing, is to see what those adjustments are. I'm fully confident in this coaching staff and figuring it out. We just, we'd like to see it now as we get into Thanksgiving. This is kind of where, the rubber meets the road and the teams separate. Yeah. Let's go see where we're at tonight.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, thanks for giving me Rashee Rice with 140 yards. That's what I'm taking tonight. Right. 140 yards from a Rashee Rice. You're going to see a breakout game, 2 touchdowns. Everybody's going to be throwing up the 4s. You know what I mean? They already promoting him on the franchise. You know what I mean? They promote my guy on the franchise. They giving him all the love. He's the guy. He's big. He's fast. He's physical. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've been calling it for it all year, and I know y'all tired of me hearing me say it. It sounds like I got a man crush on this guy.
You do. You do. It's not rocket science player. It's not rocket science player.
Hold on, sir. You get the you're talking too much. You're talking too much right about now. That's what he's doing. Everybody. Put him in timeout. He gets the mute. But I put it like this. I don't have, whatever. Forget what Coach Dre said. I'm just saying, if I'm tired of repeating myself. We just need to see this guy get more touches. He's shown that he can do it already. He's shown that he can do it. And I'm just tired of repeating myself. But again, tonight we have the brothers. They meet again for the 4th time. Kelsey versus Jason Kelsey. Taylor Swift's mom and dad going to be there.
Maybe.
And both of the Kelsey parents going to be there. So maybe, we don't know. Maybe they are not. But if they are there, it doesn't care if they in the building or not. We need to see our team come off the bye week. And Andy Reid is undefeated off of bye so far. So I got, I just wanted to see my team come out and play well. So what y'all got to say about these guys meeting up again?
I'm gonna say this real quick. It's gonna come down to the defensive line and the offensive line. It's gonna come down to the run game because both sides can run the ball fairly well. And we're not talking enough about Swift. Swift's gonna be the X factor for the Eagles, just like Pocket's gonna be the X factor for us. We gotta control the trenches. Right? On both sides about whoever controls the trenches wins the game. Because right now, if you're looking at the Eagles secondary, again, they're weak. And it can be anybody from like Lou said, the open man. It's gonna be plenty of that. A lot of guys are gonna be open. It just can Patrick Mahomes calm down and look for the open man. Don't force it.
Did you guys get a chance to see Game Day on NFL Network yesterday, leading up to the games? Kurt Warner did a breakdown on some of. I guess some of the ills of the Chiefs offense. And again, whether it's the timing or whatever it is, but sometimes, basically the breakdowns he had was that Patrick's not cutting it loose to the open man in some cases. And some, he just happens to be escaping the pocket, maybe like half a second too soon. Guys are coming open and maybe he, again, like you said, he's not trusting them. So, again, another step in this evolution. But as far as the Kelsey brothers concerned, do you think this would be like a meet the Fockers situations with the parents? Who's really gonna be grilling and really looking side-eyed at the other couple and trying to figure out if there's any chinks in the armor? Is it the Kelseys? Is it the Swifts? I don't know, but anyway, all kidding aside, Travis is up 3-0 here, and Andy Reid's been on all 3 of those, and as Nick so eloquently put before, Andy was on the other side when he was beating up the Chiefs, so he can take yours and beat you, and he can take his own and beat you. It doesn't matter. Just put Big Red behind.
He just like to beat. Big Red loves to beat.
That number 4 will come up again, right? And it's not just Rashee Rice, but it might be Travis throwing up the 4 in Jason's face.
I think Jason want to win, guys. Honestly, I think Jason Kelce wants to win. Jason, like, okay, enough of all that. I lost to my little brother. All right, I'm the guy that got him started. Why am I losing to him? So I think Jason Kelce is going to take this game very personal.
I tell you what, not going against Chris Jones. That D line there, I don't think it's going. I think it's going to show. It's going to show Kelce's age tonight. I think the Chiefs defensive line is going to show the NFL that, hey, we're going up against your best. Y'all say this is y'all best. This y'all say this is y'all king. This is your king. Okay, this is how we embarrass your king tonight. Y'all said it was y'all said it was the slip grass while we couldn't get to you guys. Y'all say it was all this nonsense in Arizona. The field wasn't bad. Okay, we're gonna show you that our field, our hometown, and Chris Jones is gonna put Jalen Hurts on his butt tonight. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. Mark my words, and I will call you personally, Dre, to show you my face to let you know.
And I would say, cheers to you, bow tie on the call, but. Can the left tackles get busy? Can the left tackles get busy for Kansas City?
That's the answer.
It's the left tackles.
That's the answer.
Yeah, the tackles have been a problem, and that's in breaking down that film.
It's only one left tackle. He said left tackle.
So between the left,
thank you both sides. Appreciate it both sides.
The left, it's okay. It's still early for him. The left and the right tackle, they've been an issue, and in some of these breakdowns are Mahomes feeling like Orlando Brown's out there, and he's going to have to get out of the pocket too fast, and he's just got to trust these guys, and he's got to trust that his open receivers are going to catch the ball. And the only way they're going to get better is if he makes those throws. So, again, I think the 2 weeks, I think Patrick's learned a lot. I think Andy's learned a lot. This is the time where they kind of take the next level. But man, oh man, this is just a beautiful matchup, and we can analyze this thing over and over and over again. But I think everybody's been pent up for a couple weeks. I think they're gonna have a great night, and I think some of these concerns that we have are gonna dissipate. And I'm gonna tell you what, I think there's a surprise play coming tonight. I think Travis Kelce is gonna throw the football tonight.
Oh boy!
Just a hunch.
You know what I was thinking. I was thinking my surprise play was gonna be. My surprise play was I see a little bit of more of Scott Moore in the backfield.
Yeah,
coming from out the backfield. I feel like I'm going to see a little more of that.
Nah, I don't.
Also, what my surprise play going to be, guys?
What's that money?
Give Rashee Rice the ball. That's all I gotta say.
It could be a simple tunnel screen. It could be a quick pitch. It doesn't matter.
We got to get you a signed autograph that you can put over your shoulder.
You know what? Honestly, I want to see Kadarius Toney actually stretch the field, man. We got to see Kadarius Toney stretch the field. These guys must stretch the field, man.
I think you're right, Dre. I think he's going to come out this game and put up some magical numbers, because I think when Andy Reid said his last press conference, he said that they've been slowly working on Kadarius Toney in because he's been injured. So he's like, yes, y'all forgot, guys. He has been injured. He just had surgery.
Was that Andy covering for the guy, or maybe not necessarily covering for him, maybe covering for himself, where they just didn't get him involved enough?
I think he's because
even though they tend to slow play injuries, for him to get, he got more snaps in previous games, and then all of a sudden, was it in Frankfurt? I think he only had like 5 or 6.
9. Yeah, he only had 9 snaps.
That doesn't quite. What he's saying makes sense, but the actions don't match up. I
don't think the foot or the knee is 100%. It may be now with the extra rest.
We hope.
You got 15 days off. Basically, obviously, they've been practicing this week, but just resting it, for a week is probably going to be good for him. Listen, I'm not down on Tony. No. I know a lot of people are, and
not at all.
I think he has the ability not to be an elite number 1, but he could be a solid 2. I'd like to see him play in the slot a little bit more. with his physical nature, doing a lot of slants and quick hitters. I think that's where he would shine.
Okay, Nick.
And I think Watson on the outside. You put he and Rice in the slot together, and maybe you put Travis outside. That might be kind of fun to watch.
And put Noah in the tight end position. Have Kelsey on the X. I'm kind of seeing your vision.
I think it'd be a lot. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I'm kind of seeing your vision, Nick.
It sounds like Nick. It sounds like Nick over there putting a Madden squad scheme together. You know,
I like that.
Andy doesn't consult with me very often.
Get some different Jersey guys in there too. But I like the idea of the 12 personnel. I mean, it seems like that's normally where you get some of these explosive plays. And I think, when Noah gets the opportunity, he usually comes through, and he's a pretty good blocker.
He does.
I would like to see them, and I was just so excited for Jody this year, and they come in at 13 personnel a lot, because those guys are matchup nightmares. Jody, as tall as he is, as fluid as he is, you just awful. But I like the idea there. Let's do it. But again, Rasheed and Travis, when they line up together, something's up, and typically one of them is going to be open. So they can't do it every down, but when that happens, usually you see some good things happening, and Patrick can find either one of them.
Did y'all see the first drive with the Miami Dolphins? How Scott Moore looked fluent. He looked very fluent, like the offense was rolling, and that's what we have to see in this game. Come out fluent. Trust your guys, like both sides would say. Trust your guys and be patient. Just be fluent. Because Scott Moore, to me, he can get separation. It just catch the ball.
He's got to catch the ball.
He's catch the ball.
Yeah, and he's learning to adapt to when Mahomes is on the run.
There you go.
That listen, you can get all the X's and O's of this offense down, and you can understand it 1,000%.
Right.
But when Mahomes moves to his left or right, it's all out the window.
It's all out the window.
Those routes don't matter unless it's a slow moving, a play that's going to take 3 or 4, 5 seconds to unfold, something very specific. But in the most part, these guys have to change, and that means they have to catch the ball. Maybe that's in front of them, to the left when they're going right, and vice versa. Or maybe they have to go a little deeper, or maybe they got to come back to the ball. I think that's something they need to learn. But playing with Patrick Mahomes is not, if you're a wide receiver, it's not easy. Look how long it took for he and Kelsey to kind of get in sync. It took them a full season, even though they had success early on. It took time for them to understand each other, and that's what these receivers are gonna go through now. We're gonna find out tonight. That's for sure.
What's crazy? Real quick, Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers, and guys like that. They're known for their extended plays, getting out the pocket. That's what Mahomes is. Mahomes is not going to sit in the pocket sometimes. He can, but that's not where he does his damage at. He does the damage outside the pocket. Right. So, like you said, Scott Moore had to understand, Mahomes got that pocket. Just get open. Just get open.
The other part of that is that they do have, I'm assuming they have like scramble rules as wide receivers, so they're not just all running to the same spot, because if you don't know where the guys are supposed to be, you might all be running into the same area. So I would imagine on any given play, the bottom line is if Patrick breaks out to his right, I'm sure somebody has the assignment to just go deep. Somebody to go towards the sideline where he's running towards, and other guys, maybe 1 or 2 guys to come back towards the ball. So, but the point is to do that properly and get to an open area within your rules. And I think that's kind of where, like Nick said, it's almost an intuitive thing, and Kelsey seems to have it, right? And the other guys have to learn it. And still, you got to look at these guys are like 2nd and 3rd year players. That doesn't happen overnight. It took Travis an entire year, like Nick was saying. So again, it's taken this long. We're all just like chomping at the bit. You finally saw Buffalo yesterday. Josh Allen hit Shakir, and he went like 80 yards for a touchdown. It was like they just won the Super Bowl. That the fans just lost it because they just hadn't seen any big plays like that. So if a play like that happens tonight, I think Arrowhead will completely erupt, especially an explosive like over the top, or just somebody takes one through the defense and goes like 70 yards for a score.
We need that.
Good point.
Speaking of celebration, fans celebrating. The fans need to celebrate with Mr. Eric Haynes. Go ahead and get into the second segment before we get into the second.
We want to welcome Eric Haynes to the Chiefs Blitz family. I've known Eric a long time. Used to buy me beers when he was a bartender in Kansas City. He has got a switch careers, great family, good person. If you're looking to sell a house, if you're looking to buy a house, if you're out of state, family and friends that might be looking to come into the area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You got to trust your realtor. You got to have somebody that cares about you, who's passionate, who's going to say, I don't care if you want to buy a $100,000 house or a $500,000 house. It makes no difference. You're going to get the same level of service. And we're going to make sure you find the house that you're happy with. So give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. He is your real estate advisor, part of SunWest Real Estate Advisors and part of the Keller Williams Partners family. Eric, well, thank you very much, my friend, for being one of our sponsors.
Can we say Eric is the captain of the Bringing the House crew?
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
So celebrate, even though the Chiefs going to be celebrating this win tonight. Go ahead.
I like that. We should
celebrate the buying of your house with Eric, man.
There you go.
That's right. Cheers to that.
All right, hey, I want to do one more shout out real fast. Okay. As you know, Vincent DiCarlo has always been represented. Always represented the show. I have known him a really, 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 really long time.
Do you have the sauce?
Do you have
the sauce?
I have.
He's got the sauce.
We got the red sauce.
Gourmet salsa. Thanks to my wife for bringing it in here while you guys didn't see it. Smoky and sweet.
I see everything.
I know you do. You got cameras everywhere, which is a really scary process.
It is scary. Know who this guy is, man.
But hey, just you can reach him on his Facebook page, Vincent DiCarlo. The sauce is available in specific areas around town. He's been a huge supporter. He's the one who gave me my Derek Johnson signed Warpaint Illustrated hat just out of the kindness of his heart. So the least I can do is plug the DiCarlo sauce there. I'm trying to get there. You go. If you can see it, okay.
Plug. I might go get a scoop of that.
And so I think he gave me 3 or 4 different kinds, and definitely gonna pop the cork off these this weekend. And by the way, Hense, before we get started, I think you got a little image, right, that we can show of the Friendsgiving at the Mahomes house, because I think DiCarlo salsa would be a really good thing to have before Thanksgiving.
Hey, if you got an Italian making Mexican salsa, how good does that have to be?
I mean, seriously, it's Mama DiCarlo that's got the sweet recipe. And if anybody remembers their Mexican restaurant in Independence, it was classic. A lot of Chiefs players in there. Derek Thomas used to roll in there all the time. He'd go back in the kitchen and give Mama some loves. And I think everybody should check it out. Again, reach him out on his Facebook page. There it is. Look at that. That is at the Patrick Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes house. That's their $1 million Thanksgiving dinner set up for Thursday night. And look at the case.
Can we really call it a house? It's an expansive estate.
It's a house fitted for a guy that makes $500 million plus endorsements.
He's got like a par 3 on the grounds. He's got basketball courts.
Have the trophy case as my quarterback. I don't think
Joe Burrow have that case. I don't think so. Does Josh Allen have that case?
The only person that has that case is Brady. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Montagna, nobody that's still playing. Nobody that's still playing. That's for sure.
Speaking of Joe Burrow, man, he got injured. He's out for the season. Is he? To me, I've seen a statement that he's kind of looking like Andrew Luck. It could be Andrew Luck all over again, but we don't know. Could Joe Burrow? I don't think he got his contract, correct? Maybe I was wrong.
He did. He got his money. He got $246 million.
He got his money, but
paid player in the league. Right?
Again,
he's kind of slow at the beginning of the season, sir.
Man, it's just about bad for Joe, man. Kevin cannot stay safe anymore right here on the field. So again, he had a torn ACL and MCL in 2020. Missed his final 6 games. You know what I mean? Then he in the Super Bowl, he had a spring, he had a MCA spring there also. But as you look at the numbers, how many times Andrew Luck was sacked? 55 times. How many times Joe Burrow was sacked? 52 times. This guy is looking to me to be the next Andrew Luck to me. If you look at the numbers, you know what I mean, it's there, it says it. They both, you know what I mean, around the same time, we're in the same age range when all this stuff is happening to him. So are we seeing, like, can we just call it that Joe Burrow is injury prone or what?
Well,
hey man, I'm gonna blow the whistle on that one real quick. You would not bash. Smoking Joe like that, all right? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, the offensive line's been horrible, but the man's been very productive. He's been very productive, sir. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I'm gonna say all time because I'm pushing it. But he is right behind Patrick Mahomes. Now the offensive line is bad. It is, but he accomplished a whole lot more than what Andrew Luck did.
Again, I mean, that's a glaring number of hits. That's a glaring. We're not even talking. That's sacks. We're not talking about hits after the throw.
You
could have another 75 or so. And obviously, I mean, again, listen, I don't get it. You build this franchise around this quarterback. Mm-hmm. You have a below average offensive line. Everybody knew what was up with Orlando Brown Jr., yet they signed him and thought he was the missing piece. They had a solid left tackle. I can't remember the guy's name. He was really good. He was pretty ticked off, when they signed Brown and they didn't give him an opportunity. And now they're paying the price. And they've got 3 receivers that all want to get paid next year. And it's just they just haven't managed the team properly. I mean, they took a lot of hits in free agency. And to their credit, defensively speaking, I think they've done a pretty good job with their defense. What Sweet Lou has done in that defense in Cincinnati has done a really, really good job of filling the holes and the gaps they lost in free agency. They kind of signed guys that were, didn't cost a lot of money, but to not invest in your offensive line, it's like it took Brett Veach one game, granted it was in the Super Bowl, to say, I got to blow this whole thing up. So what does he do? He rebuilds the entire offensive line. Like Joe Thuney, Orlando Brown Jr. at the time, Smith, right tackle. They had a veteran in Andrew Wiley. They hit on Humphreys, and it all worked out. Now, I still think they have a left tackle issue they can probably solve, next offseason. They'll have, at this point, about 45 to 50 million in cap space, once they cut a player or two. So they're going to be able to do those things, but the organization just doesn't do what it has to do. And it's just counting on the same old, and it's just not going to work. Joe Burrow will not play as long as Andrew Luck played. If he has another serious injury, that if he gets injured again next year and he's out for the season, that's just that's going to decimate this franchise. Have they peaked? Have the Bills peaked? Are the Ravens at a plateau that they can't really get any worse or they can't get really any better? We don't know. But I can tell you this, if your quarterback keeps getting killed out there, you know what? It's not going to matter. It doesn't matter how much money you pay Joe Burrow. It doesn't matter if you think he's the second best quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes. The results are in what you could do on the field as a healthy quarterback. And he's an unhealthy quarterback. I mean, this is his 3rd serious injury, in the time that he's been in the NFL, twice missing out on, the season. And he's dealt with 2 injuries this year. So he's not a strong physical quarterback. He's not a Ben Roethlisberger. He's kind of more like Aaron Rodgers, but I think Aaron Rodgers has a better sense and feel of how to get out of trouble and use his legs. Rodgers was never fast and he wasn't a scrambler, but he can maneuver himself to make some crazy throws in some crazy positions. And Burrow has the same abilities, but I'm telling you, if I'm the Bengals fans right now, what do? You fix the offensive line and you sign the wide receivers. They cannot do both.
And they should have listened to me when I put the video out there. I dropped the mixtape. It got 30 some thousand views on Twitter, maybe 62,000 views on Twitter and a lot of shares. I dropped a mixtape of Orlando Brown. I said, hey guys, you guys should not be. We stole you guys' pick. We stole your guy from y'all franchise. We stole y'all guys that's going to protect Mahomes. So I put together a mixtape. It's out there on my page. I put together a mixtape. I said, look, the guy is getting beat in practice.
It's a different kind of highlight reel.
He's getting beat in practice. He's getting beat on the field. He got beat everywhere. And he is the main reason why Joe Burrow is hurt right today.
Well, so again, the Bengals have invested in their offensive line. They just haven't invested very wisely. I mean, they've made some moves in free agency, and the interior three haven't been that bad. But again, they're kind of like the Chiefs right now, where they keep experimenting with tackles, and it doesn't seem to be working out. In terms of the comparison between the two, Luck was a bigger dude.
Yeah, more physical.
But the Colts never really did invest big money in his offensive line, and they kind of wasted this talent, generational talent, if you would, at quarterback. I mean, after Elway was supposed to be like the perfect prospect. I mean, Luck was right there with them, another Stanford guy. But the point is with the two of them, I think Andrew is a very unique individual, and you can kind of read about him and find a very smart guy. Obviously went to Stanford, has a lot of interests outside of football. So I think it was a little bit easier for him to walk away. Burrow, they're going to have to take him away in a body bag.
Burrow ain't going down.
He is all football all the time. And if he can physically be out there, you saw him trying to get back on the field. He couldn't even grip the ball.
I don't want to see that image because it's going to probably be a body bag if Orlando Brown still out there.
So it's a difficult situation when you see, an elite player in the league having to go through these injuries. You want him out there playing. I don't care what your fan affiliation is or whatever. As far as the league's concerned, you want to see Burrow healthy and playing. Yep. And if he has the opportunity to do that, he'll be back. So yeah, you hope they invest in the offensive line and they figure they can draft some receivers and kind of go through that. You don't have to pay top of market to all your receivers. It's impossible. You can't do it. No, so we'll see. You just hope that Burrow gets another opportunity and can be
absolutely
healthy.
Absolutely. Real quick, Kareem says this. He said, "Gentlemen, I meant to ask during the bye week, but now halfway through, what position do you draft at 32 in the up and coming draft to improve the team or replace a player?"
Wow,
I got it. I say this. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna jump the gun. So I'm gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna jump on that jump the gun with you, Kareem. I'll put it like this: the Chiefs will be picking number 2 in the NFL draft. You know why? Because they're gonna send Chris Jones over there to Chicago for one of those first round picks, and we're gonna draft Marvin Harrison Jr. to come here to replace what Chris Jones doing. So but on the offensive side,
don't tell anyone. But Hense will be going to Chicago holding the gun to Ryan Poles' head when that deal gets
he said, "Don't tell anyone."
Keep it to yourselves.
I got the pick. I got it.
Do you have the guy too?
I have the guy and the pick.
Who was the guy? Okay, come on.
Number 21. The Chiefs will trade up to draft Georgia tight end, Mr. Brock Bowers.
Wow. I like it. I would think he would be perfect replacement for Travis. I mean, same type of player, size. He's got the wiggle. He's got everything.
Nothing he can't do.
My concern is you might have to trade in the top 15 to get him because I think he's arguably the best player in college football.
Best prospect.
He just happens to play tight end. And it's looked at a position that you typically don't draft that high. But in the Chiefs offense, he is more valuable. And I got to believe if anybody was going to make that move, they would certainly, it have to be in the top 15.
It's possible. There's a lot of offensive line depth in this draft. There's a lot of
plenty.
Quarterback, wide receiver depth this year is going to be insane.
Crazy.
All right. Kareem.
So see a lot of runs.
Who you taking, Kareem, at 32? But why he give us that answer?
if they do sit at 32, it's probably depending on what happens with Chris Jones. I would imagine they probably try to, an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I don't have a guy in mind.
Could be.
But again, Tank Dale should be in a Chiefs uniform. Go ahead.
Real quick. That'd be awesome.
Kareem says, great pick, Nick. Oh, by the way, I did pick up Tank Dale. Was my guy in the draft. Great pick, Nick. But I think Lou is right. Dude might go top 10ish.
Yeah,
we'll see. Brett Veach is a gambler, and the Chris Jones situation is hence mentioned. I mean, it's a strong possibility that they do trade him.
I think tight end. Yeah, I think a tight end is very important. Yeah.
There's a connection in Chicago.
Yep.
And with Ryan Poles, the GM now, whether or not he escapes, the change that's about to come remains to be seen. But I think that's a really strong possibility.
He's 30 years old. I don't think, and be 30 years old. I don't think they're going to get a high one. I mean, it's a great story. I think it would be really cool for TMZ Todd to make that move with Ryan Poles.
We got the game. The game is on, guys. The game is on.
Real quick, we got one more comment, Bowtie. One more comment, real quick. Then we can further pursue the game. With Ford yesterday, Sam Howell has now been sacked 51 times this year. Giants gave up 9 sacks in that game too. Protecting the quarterback is a premium. I agree.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. What the hell?
Yeah.
What?
Well, we gonna go on.
Right. No, he's absolutely right. I mean,
think about it.
Well, depending on what the Chiefs free agency,
protecting the quarterback is very important. You got to protect your guy.
You got to especially with Mahomes now. You got no more
important. It is real quick, guys. The most important thing. I mean, there's nothing else more important.
Real quick, Patrick Mahomes been nicked up a lot, guys. We're not really talking about Patrick Mahomes been nicked up. Yeah, Joe Burrow was been hurt, but Mahomes been nicked up. But listen though, how tough he is, just like Joe Burrow, how tough he is, you still don't want Mahomes to be nicked up. Mahomes is nicked up, so we can't have that.
These other quarterbacks don't have Bobby Stroop. Bobby's his workout warrior. If every NFL quarterback used Bobby Stroop, I'm telling you the gap between Patrick Mahomes and everybody else would be about this wide instead of out of screen wide.
And go ahead, Bobby Stroop. We can go ahead and use you as a sponsor as well.
Yeah, so go ahead. Bobby.
I'll put it like this. It's game time. The game is on tonight.
Yep.
The game is on. What's you guys' prediction and score and why? Go ahead, Lou.
All right. Already made my pick, Chiefs -2.5, but all that aside, I'm going to go Chiefs 27-23. I think they will spread it around a little bit, but bottom line is I think the defense is going to come up big. Now, how many times they're going to have to defend the brotherly shove remains to be seen. Hopefully it's not that many times because somebody's going to get hurt at some point. And it's really going to suck. But I think the offensive line does hold up. I think they do move the ball around a little bit, score some points, but the defense will come up big again.
Go ahead, Dick. What you think?
I've vacillated with this final score for a couple of weeks now, but now that we're here and they got to put the prognostication out there, I got the Chiefs 34. I got the Eagles 27. I think the 27 is going to represent a late touchdown late in the game. I just think the Chiefs offense is going to put it together tonight, and I think they're going to come out firing.
Okay. Coach Dre.
Right.
I got it. I don't need you introducing me, sir. I got this one. All right. I got this one. Stay on. I don't need you doing that. All right. Now, real talk. If the Chiefs can
there it is.
Hey, Kareem, listen, real talk. Kareem said 31-17, good guys. Williams will get a pick. Stop bringing me Williams, man. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? No, but anyway, if the Chiefs can stop them from 31 or 30 inches, keep them at by about 39 range and whatnot, and control the run game, because what Philly does is this: their biggest strength is the run. everything is based off the run, based off the offensive line, Swift, Hurts around that range, because they're going to control the clock. And there are leading between these two teams. The Philadelphia Eagles are leading in time possession, right? They're leading in third down. They're leading in rushing right now. So if they can maintain that, stop the run, and make Hurts throw the ball, Chiefs win this game. And I got the score being 21-14.
Ooh.
21-14 Chiefs.
Bold. I
like you leave the best for last. I listen to all you guys take. I listen to Andre's take. I listen to Kareem's take. I listen to ESPN, everybody's take. It all comes down to one man and one man only, and that man is Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
There's an upset. I thought for sure it was going to be number 4.
Hold on.
What the hell happened?
Let me finish the tape. But I'll put it like this: it comes down to one man only, right? If the Chiefs are win to lose this game, it's coming down to one man. Lou says below me. Lou says the open man. Dre says, Dre says the defense. He on one of these sides, and Nick says, everybody got to play together. I'll put it like this: it comes down to one man only, and that's Patrick Mahomes. We cannot get out here and force the ball to Travis Kelce. We can't go out here and do all these things. We just got to give spread the ball around and play MVP ball, man. That's all I'm saying. Is like the guy is gonna come out here and they're gonna see a different Patrick Mahomes. He's tired of everybody saying that he's washed. He's gonna have this and have that. I put it like this. Yeah, I heard it out there. I heard it on some of the sites. I heard it on some of these. Yeah, I heard it on some of these sites. And you don't think if I heard, you don't think he heard it also? Because they call me TMZ, so he probably heard it.
TM Todd.
They're watching ESPN. I guarantee you they're watching ESPN and NFL Network today. Because already this morning, I think Skip Bayless actually picked the Chiefs to win today. I'm not sure I read that.
That's because he needs the Eagles to lose for the
There
Cowboys.
you go, Nick. There you go, Lou. He needs the Eagles to lose. That's why.
I'll put it like this. The score, I'm predicting it's going to be 34-14. I think the Chiefs don't give up over. It's a big statement. It's going to be a big statement, not just for the Chiefs offense, but also for the Chiefs defense. They got the crowd behind them. And they got, I think that this is going to be a statement, not just for the Chiefs offense, but for the defense to show the world that we are not to be messed with.
Yeah, I mean, they played some good offenses this year. And they've shut them down.
But Snead is going to shut down. I say the guy's going to have least for 52 yards, maybe no touchdown.
I say that
AJ Brown. If AJ Brown, I put it like this: if AJ Brown get busy, then we have a long day.
If he gets busy, true enough. If he gets off and he gets busy, it's gonna be a long day for Kansas City.
He's my fantasy wide receiver tonight, and I'm getting killed. And Jalen Hurts is my quarterback. So this is what I want to see happen. I want to see a 28-0 output at the beginning of the game by the Chiefs, and then I just want to see Brown and Hurts just go off for 3 meaningless touchdowns as the Chiefs add an extra 10 points or so at the second half. That's what I'm looking for, man. I'm about 32 points down, so I need a big game from those guys, but not big enough to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm 22. I'm 22 points up in my league of record, if you would, and I'm going against Devontae Smith. So somebody's got to lock him down too. I don't want to see him in the end zone.
I'm looking for the matchup, guys. I want to see, can Snead earn his multi-year pay? If he can go out there, guys, and he can lock up AJ Brown. Now it's big. If he can lock up AJ Brown, keep him under 100 yards, man. Yeah, that right there is a statement.
Smith, that's a statement. Thank God they got McDuffie.
Got to keep his hands low, right? Got to keep his hands low.
Sometimes you gotta chug it. Sometimes you gotta. chug it.
And I think you're gonna see the Chiefs do something with the tush push. Chris Holmes hinted at it. Steve Spagnuolo
said they're consulting rugby teams. So, man, something's
for a man who's a rugby connoisseur like me, I love watching the games and I love the sport. I think there's going to be some scrum action. Let's just put it that way. I think you're going to see the Chiefs try to do. I mean, look what the Broncos did last night. I mean, they went after Dobbs and they literally just took and tried to rip his head off and turn his head.
It's not
no penalty, of course.
They went old school football.
But they went
guys.
old school man. They
clothesline. Yeah, it's old school.
They did some
man.
AFL.
Did you see? Was it against the Commanders where they lined up in the tush push and they handed it off to one of the backs that was standing right there, and he ran around the end and nobody went with
nobody there.
I mean,
Do you know the play action with the tush push? I mean, just like the Wildcat. Remember the Wildcat? Everybody like, oh my God, this is new, the Wildcat, just like the tush push. People gonna figure it out, but you can do so much with that formation. Yeah, you can do so much with
it. You know, Hurts should get under center and just grab the ball and then hike it to the running back behind him or the tight end behind him. I mean, you could do a whole lot of variations, but
good point.
Until the league decides probably in the offseason to get rid of the tush push, then I think you're going to see
if one of those if you see a lineman get like a really bad injury, I think that's when it's
a done deal.
It'll catch. Yeah, if it's a quarterback, then forget it. It's done. Right?
Hey, real quick. Wesley Underwood says he thinks that Chris Jones is going to get a sack today.
He needs to play well tonight.
Again, he do because he hasn't been playing well. He hasn't been playing well
since earn that money.
Since Jacksonville.
I say he has been playing well because he's been making others around him great.
That's true.
If Chris Jones ain't causing double team, then George Kalafis not getting off.
No, I would not say that, sir. I will blow the whistle because Myles Garrett is the guy and he gets triple double team and that man still make plays, man. All right, we're not gonna do that, sir. No, continue.
All right. We'll have that debate after
he hasn't had any sacks the last few games, but I still want him out there wrecking havoc, being in the middle, taking up those double teams. I'll take him every day of the week. And yes, I'll go with him. I'm guessing big lights are on. It's Monday Night Football.
It's time to eat.
Crowd. I think 95 is going to get there at least.
95 the guy is going to get off on his defense. Is going to be Snead. Snead know they talking about that contract. They working on the contract, and he's going to show them that hey, I locked down Jefferson. I locked down the best wide receiver in the NFL is Jefferson, right? Everybody agree. He locked down Jefferson, and he locked down everybody else. He ain't gave no touch up. I don't want to jinx the man, but he ain't gave no touchdown up this season.
We don't jinx him then.
I feel like that.
Don't tell anybody.
I feel like this.
I'm going to go ahead and jinx him.
I'm going to go ahead and jinx him. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, right?
Speaking of doing something anyway, ESPN is going to showcase the werewolf Chiefsaholic. What do you guys think about this? Coming out because I know the Chiefs Kingdom is we got a lot of bad light for this. A lot of people say, "Oh, the Chiefs fans are like this." The Bengals fans. Everybody, the Bills fan, the Bill Mafia. Everybody was coming at the Kingdom. Saying that we got nothing but bank robberies and everybody else in this. And we got faulty fans. We got this and that.
Well,
but one person don't represent the whole Kingdom, and that's all I gotta say is that. What you think about it, Nick?
Well, I mean, obviously, I know the Chargers in their schedule release had a pretty good time with it. Mentioned it. I mean, I got called by ESPN wanting to know if I knew who the guy was, and it's bad timing that excludes it. It's going to be on ESPN Plus tonight. Listen, the guy clearly has some issues. Let's just put it that way. He doesn't represent the Chiefs fan base, and even within the Chiefs super fans group. Not one guy. He wasn't really somebody who was a really big part of things with them. He was kind of, I hate to say this, a lone wolf. And, apparently he's a pretty bad bank robber. So I know innocent until proven guilty, but, give ESPN, their props, man. Chiefs, Eagles, and, you got a documentary going on this guy. And, I know some people who were interviewed for that show. And I just kind of hope it just blows away and not really well done because it doesn't represent the Chiefs fan base. But
you would not tell me to look up,
sir. Bengals and the Bills, if the Bengals and the Bills and all these anti-Chiefs fans are going to be bitching and complaining about that, That tells me a lot about how they feel about their own football team. I'll tell you that.
Nick, you came out with that one, left field with that one. That's a curveball with the lingo. But honestly, guys, I feel like this. I feel like it comes down to the trenches, guys. Whoever wins the trenches wins the game.
So
simple.
So that's your answer to every question, Coach.
Absolutely,
which is awesome.
Because that's the bread and butter.
We're talking about the wolf. It's the trenches, and
he's talking about the time when he goes up to the teller.
He did the wolf didn't make it past the trenches. He didn't make it past the fence. He didn't make it, and he got caught.
So we can't see Reddick blowing up the game. Blowing up the game, or Carter blowing up the game, or Fletcher Cox, or Graham, Brandon Graham. Hell, is the wolf going to be there? Is he out on bail?
He's in custody. But I will say this. I'm going to divulge a little bit about myself. I used to work in a bank in California, Great Western.
Okay, talk to me.
And so I have been at gunpoint, and I have been.
He says with a smile on his face.
It's kind of interesting. I'll go through the story pretty quickly.
Bet.
So my wife at the time was working there as well, and this guy comes up with a note and a gun, and he says he wants all the money in the drawer. So of course we give it to him. And back then, that we had the die packs. If the people know what the die packs are, they're these blue packs, and they explode when you open them, so they can identify who the robber is when the police finally come. Well, went through it. He left. We pressed the button. It went to the wrong police station. He tries to rob another bank. He ends up getting caught. Come to find out, the gun wasn't loaded at all.
Wow.
And so for my reward for giving out the die pack, I got $100 and half a day off.
There you go, Nick. That's right. Employee of the month.
What the heart?
I was employee of the day. But it's no joke, man. It was. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wasn't scared.
Your stomach was tender. I know he was wiggling his stomach.
I had no idea the gun wasn't loaded.
I
had no idea. I mean, this guy just walks in and the bank's pretty empty. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon. Everybody already cashed their Social Security checks. It was a Social Security check day, which is the worst day to come into a bank because when they come in to cash the Social Security check, this is when they would do checks and it wasn't direct deposit. That's how old it was.
Well, Nick, you better than me, Nick.
So they come in and we didn't have a whole lot of money in the drawers at the time because they all come in and cashed out the checks. So it was pretty scary. And I look back at it.
Wasn't some criminal mastermind. He
just
decided
this was an idiot.
That morning he was like, what? I'm going to walk in with this toy pistol and I'm going to rob this.
And he blew up the die pack.
But Hey, but you know what? That is some striking fear because you don't see that coming. You're like, yo, you're not thinking that's a toy pistol. You're like, oh, okay, take the money.
No clue.
Me, take the money. I don't care. I did take it. I'm not about to employ the money. I got a bullet to my skull. I'm trying to employ the money. You can take this thing.
Did you guys ever see? Did you ever see the movie Heat?
Yeah,
with De Niro and all those guys, Pacino, whatever. It wasn't like that, right?
No. This was probably Chiefsaholics, a relative or something like that. Older relative or something like that.
Smash and grab.
And it wasn't even a real good smash and grab. I mean, it was like
Chiefsaholic was like, man, he couldn't afford side seats, man. He was trying to get close to the field goal pole, and he needed some extra change, man. He needs some extra change.
I put it like this: he's proven to have proven guilty, but guys, man, we can't be out here getting our names caught up in dumb stuff. Even with players also. Even young men that's growing up to be man. You can't get yourself caught up in dumb situations out here, just doing dumb stuff and think you ain't gonna have to do the time for the crime.
Hey, real quick, Montagna, you can always watch it on TV. You see, that's what the wolf didn't understand. You can still watch it with the R22 film. You can still watch the R22 film and still get close. You can still
I don't know if he was much of an NFL expert. He certainly wasn't very good at bank robbing either. So. And the fact that he couldn't cash in his parlay tickets that the government took away from him, when he put a bunch of money down on the Chiefs. So listen, obviously, not the finest moment, but nothing to do with the Chiefs. Just a random dude who never thought he'd get caught and wore a mask for the majority of his time. So at the end of the day, we're real people.
I'll put it like this:
we're just here to enjoy the Chiefs.
Good point.
I'll put it like this. If you ain't trying to get robbed, or you ain't trying to get nothing stolen from you, hit up our guy Dave Purdy. Go ahead.
There you go.
Hit us with the next before we close out. Hit us with our sponsor, Nick.
If you earn money the real way and you're looking to buy a house or the right way, give Dave Purdy a call at 816-405-5831. He's with Supreme Lending. You can check out the QR code. I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you hit that QR code, it comes up on your screen. Works in any browser that you have. Just fill out the information. Let him do a check. Just let him see where you're at. You know, if you're looking to finance a house, if you're looking to refinance a house, if you're looking to consolidate debt, he's the guy that you go to. It's Dave Purdy, 816-405-5831. We like Dave because he is
what?
Purdy.
Good.
Let's go, Dave.
You can't say pre-delicious, can you?
And also, man, also speaking of winning, man. If you want to be on the winning squad and you want to celebrate, purchase your home. Purchase your home. Go ahead and hit up Nick.
Give up call my buddy Eric Haynes. He's part of the Eric Haynes group. He's a self-made man, good family man, known him a long time. If you're looking to buy a house or sell a house, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785 or his email esellskc@gmail.com. Part of the SunWest Real Estate Advisors team, part of Keller Williams. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, somebody's to relocate, even if you're a Chiefs fan outside of the Kansas City metropolitan area, doesn't matter. He can hook you up. He'll find you a realtor in a different market with his referral platform. He will make sure that you're taken care of. And it doesn't matter if you're looking for a small house or a high expensive home. He will take care of you. He takes care of everybody the same way. And plus, he's a huge Chiefs fan. So it's got to help out one of our brothers.
That's what the Wolf needed.
Speaking of huge Chiefs fans, go ahead and see what the Blitz Out game had to say about the comments, Drake. Give a shout out to everybody.
Well, I will. I'm going to do that, sir. And let's go ahead and start from the rooter. Kareem off the rip, man. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the comments and the love, of course. And my man wants some salsa, by the way. Wesley man, look at that. Amazing, don't it? All right. Wesley Underwood. Appreciate the love, my man. Appreciate the love. And Dylan Humphreys, by the way, he said there's Nick Athan, and he said go Chiefs and the Chiefs Blitz.
Much love. Thank you,
guys.
Great hearing from you, Kareem. John Harrison, thank you as well. We enjoy having the comments out there, which means we're reaching more people, and that's awesome.
Man, bring the love, guys, for real, man. Hey, the more love we get, the more we give to y'all.
With that said, man, guys, thank you, guys. We went in. Let's see. We went over 2 minutes of the show. So with that said, we want to thank the guys for always continue to watch, continue to share the show. And with that said, go Chiefs, baby! All right, we see you guys.
Peace out. Peace out.
It's one in the trenches, guys.
Good call, coach.